How's it going, everybody? It's Prad here, and today I'm bringing you guys a new Q&A video. And first of all, I just want you to see this first clip. This clip is really fucking funny. In the back, you guys saw this guy's phantom running away. I'm guessing in their head, they were probably talking together like, all right, you go hide, and then once he's about to die, you come in, or once I'm about to die, you come in and you help me, and we kill him together. And it didn't work out exactly that way for this guy, which is pretty fucking funny. But I have a new Q&A video here today. The last one I did was a couple weeks ago, so you know I got questions on newer videos, on that video and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and answer some of them, and there he is right there. Just a little too late, but that's fine. The first question that I've been getting asked quite a lot recently, probably because we're very quickly approaching the release of the first Dark Souls 3 DLC. I'm guessing we're only about 2 months away, you know, somewhere around there, September, one of these months it's coming up. But will you be doing a playthrough on the DLC once it comes out? Because if you guys didn't know, I did do an entire playthrough over Dark Souls 3. Now, it wasn't a completely fresh playthrough, like I had already played through the game once, since I had the game about 3 weeks early. You know, I was able to complete the game once, but it was something that was a first because, in case you guys didn't know, before when the Japanese version of Dark Souls 3 came out, that came out about 3 weeks before the US version and in the States and stuff like that. And they kind of fucked up because on the Xbox One, it turns out if you bought the Japanese version of Dark Souls 3 on the Xbox One, you could, like, it basically unlocks the English version. All you really had to do was switch your region back or your language back to English, and the version that you have once you download it would be the English version. So I did that, but what I didn't know was that before like the game actually came out everywhere, there was supposed to be a day one patch that made every single boss the exact difficulty they were supposed to be. So when I first played through the game, I actually ended up playing every single boss on a scaled down difficulty before the day one patch. So when I did my first playthrough, that was the actual difficulty, and that was me playing the actual Dark Souls 3 difficulty for the first time, which I guess I kind of forgot to tell people about that, but I kind of just remembered because it was such a long time ago. You know, it was a pretty big fuck up. But yeah, I will be playing the first Dark Souls 3 DLC once it is released. I am going to be playing it on my playthrough character, the Kid Snatcher. I don't exactly know if I'm going to be going in 100% fresh. I'm going to try to go into it 100% fresh without having played it before, but it just really depends if I have, you know, the alone time, because I don't know what's going to be my sleep schedule at the time. I live with my mom and my brother, so typically there's somebody here. My preferred sleeping schedule, what I'm going to try to have is have it be so I wake up like basically right around the time when my family's going to sleep and the DLC is just coming out, which is probably going to be around 12, like midnight, somewhere around there. So hopefully I'll be right on time to play this DLC once it comes out. But yeah, I am going to be playing it. I'm fucking excited for it, man. But next up, will you be going back to Dark Souls 2 or Bloodborne if Dark Souls 3 gets boring? I honestly don't know, man. At the moment, people are going back to Dark Souls 2, saying Dark Souls 3 is the worst game ever. I don't see it that way. I fucking love Dark Souls 3. I very much have a lot of fun with this game. Even though there are some flaws, of course, most games have flaws. There's nothing game-breaking for me at the moment. I think the most game-breaking thing there was, for me, was the invasions and how badly scaled it was for the host and him having such a huge advantage over the invaders. But then I started doing low-level invasions. Those are definitely a lot more fair and a lot more fun. Or you could just not do invasions and do duels. Once I started doing primarily duels, this game became a lot more fun for me, definitely. But will I be going back, you know, months from now when Dark Souls 3's both of the DLCs are out? You know, there's not really a lot of people playing. Yeah, probably. I will probably play some Dark Souls 2, some Bloodborne, one of these two games. You know, live stream them, play them, upload videos on them. I don't know how long that's going to be. It could take a while, but for now, we'll stick to Dark Souls 3 because we're having a lot of fun with Dark Souls 3. Let's see, what's next? What made you want to make videos? Now, I did answer this on a previous live stream, but in case you guys didn't know, before I started doing Dark Souls, I was actually a Call of Duty uploader. I primarily focus on sniping montages, sniping gameplays. And you watch some of those if you want in the past. I don't know how many of you guys are interested. You know, I have some pretty fucking awesome montages back in the day, but it just became boring. You know, the Call of Duty games became pretty garbage. And what made me want to get into it, there was a guy called CNNers. He did Call of Duty commentaries. I'm sure most of you guys who know CNNers now know him as like this dude who has fucking millions of subs and does videos on like Gary's Mod and stuff like that. But before, I knew him as CNanners, the guy who did Call of Duty commentaries, and that basically inspired me to do Call of Duty commentaries. There was also a guy called Hutch who did Call of Duty commentaries, inspired me to do Call of Duty commentaries as well, and sniping on Call of Duty 4. And then there was a guy called Zergriz who basically invented Call of Duty montages on consoles and kind of popularized them for everybody, and then everybody started doing them. And then once I saw a couple montages from him, I was like, man, I want to make montages. Some of the shit that people are pulling off are so fucking cool, and that made me want to do montages. And that's basically what got me started on YouTube. Now when it comes to Dark Souls, I was a fan of Dark Souls. I haven't been like since day one fan of Dark Souls. I've been a fan of Dark Souls since basically since Bloodborne was out. I think maybe like a little bit before that, maybe like right when the release of Bloodborne came out, I was already a fan of like Dark Souls 2 and like Dark Souls 1, I should say, because that was the first one that I played when it actually became free for Games for Gold, and I actually ended up playing it, ended up quitting. But then, you know, I started playing more of the Dark Souls games, and then I've basically been a huge fan of them. When Dark Souls 3 came out, I knew that it was going to be a game that I was going to play, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to make videos on this. I know that I'm going to be playing this a ton every single day. Might as well make some videos on a game that I know I'm going to really fucking enjoy, and it's worked out pretty well so far. But that's basically what inspired me to start YouTube, and I guess also start making Dark Souls 3 videos. And it's just basically because I wanted to have fun on a game that I knew I was going to really enjoy. Another question is, what is the most broken weapon in Dark Souls 3 in your opinion? Now, that's kind of hard to say. There's a lot of weapons that I feel are really strong. I wouldn't really say there's particularly any weapons that are like broken where they need to be absolutely patched. Like some people might have thought I think the weapon that I had the most feelings over that was something like the glaive, that maybe had that ridiculous combo. But there's an even more deadly combo than that is still in the game, and that is the Dranghammer's combo, and that is probably not going to get patched, even though it is much harder to hit than the actual glaive combo. It's not that hard to hit that it's impossible. Like hitting somebody with that in a duel is extremely easy, and it does about the same amount of damage as the glaive combo back in the day. So it's like 1200 damage. If you have it buffed, it may even do more. If you have it buffed with Dark Moon Blade, it'll kill someone in one combo for sure. But I wouldn't really say there's anything too OP. I guess I'd have to think about that one. Some people are saying the Cestus combo is overpowered. I wouldn't really say that's overpowered. But yeah, not really. I wouldn't really say anything is too overpowered at the moment. You know, I feel like things are very nicely balanced at the moment. They have consistent patches coming out that are kind of balancing the game here, and I fucking love that. I love that they're still like constantly patching stuff in the game, new weapons that, or I should say weapons that get patched, not new weapons. But hopefully they keep it up, man. Hopefully they keep it up, because sooner or later they're gonna have like a perfect balance. Even though that is extremely difficult to have a perfect balance, it's probably never gonna happen, to be honest. A perfect balance is something that's not gonna happen, but having a great balance in a game is definitely something that we could see out of Dark Souls 3, considering how consistent their patches have been so far. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Man, this last invasion has been a fucking death match, and I just get absolutely destroyed. There was really nothing I could do. I killed, I killed like 2 phantoms possibly, and 1 phantom, almost killed the host multiple times, had to chase him down. Then he ended up just summoning 2 people back, the exact same 2 people. So you know, this is invasions and how fucking dumb they are sometimes. But anyways, guys, definitely leave some more questions if you guys have them, and I'll definitely feel free to I'll definitely answer them. Not feel free to answer them, fucking hell. All right, talk to you guys later. Peace, everybody.